Good evening to you all. Today is our day 32nd of this IT employability bootcamp. As always, we are going to start by showing our outlines. That is what we are going to cover for the day. Okay, so recap on the 20, on the 31. We are going to have a recap on what we have discussed yesterday night. Then we are going to talk about some if. Then we are going to talk about some ifs. Then we are going to have a Q&A session. Then we'll have conclusion and then we call it a day. Recap on the 31. Yesterday we talked about count if. Let's see in the comment section. Yeah, we talk about count if and count ifs, where we said count if is always counting a specific range of data. It's counting the appearance of a specific range of data with a given criteria, while countifs with S is counting the specific range of data with multiple criteria. So by implication, the range that will be counted, uh, the range of data will be two range if it is two criteria, if it is multiple. So it will be just multiple criteria and multiple range. That's for count ifs. Uh, so today we are going to talk about some apps. Let me stop sharing for a bit, then I will share my screen back. So I will share my screen back again. Yeah. So I believe you can all see my screen now. Um, this is what we have. Let me just quickly customize it. Yeah, let's quickly customize it. Let's see. Okay, I haven't wrote the salary, sorry. Um, let me see from 10 to let me see, and I'll put the bracket, then I'll multiply by 10,000. So this is not part of the what we are discussing. I'm just generating the random numbers for the salary. Let me change it to dollar sign quickly. Yeah. Sorry, naira sign. Good. Okay. So now this is what we have on ground. These are the list we are having. Um, okay. So these are the list we are having. Um, Now we are going to talk about sum if. So as we said, sum if is always is always summing the total number of, is summing the range of a data, is usually numeric data. So it's summing the numeric data like salary or specific amount with respect to a given criteria. For instance, now we have a list of salary. Now we want to know how much males are earning and how much female are earning. Or we want to know how much are we given as a salary for all those with SSCE, and how much are we spending for those with a BSc qualification. Or let's say we want to know how much are we spending in salary for Zamfara indigen, or how much do we spend as a salary for each and every state we are having here. So that's what SUMF is doing. So now we have how many states? Let's see. We are having, how many states are we having? Let me highlight this. Yeah. Let me quickly do something here. Now, I want us to know the unique states we are having. So I will go to data, then I will, yeah, we have remove duplicates. This is remove duplicates. So I will just click on it. So you see, these are unique states we are having. I will copy them, then I will come to this and then post them somewhere here like this. Now, then I will say we have states, then salary. So now I want to know how much goes for salary. How much do I spend in salary of Lagos State people, and how much do I spend in salary of Zamfara State people continuously? So now first I will say is equals to, then I will say sum if like this. Then I will highlight my range. Which range? I'm highlighting this range of states. You see, this is my starting point and this is my end point. Then I will put comma. Then I can write Lagos. You understand? I can write Lagos, but more appropriate. If I want it to be more appropriate, I will just select this. It will be more appropriate for me, and I will tell you my reason. So I will click on Lagos. Since I6 is Lagos, then I will hit enter. Sorry. After I selected Lagos, that's my criteria. Then I will select my sum range. Sorry, I will have to select my sum range, and this is my sum range. So saying that I'm summing salary, I'm summing the total salary of Lagos State. Now I will hit enter like this. So you see now I'm having my salary. Let me put the Naira sign for it by putting this, what do you call it? Yeah. So you see, all in all, Lagos is, we are spending 8.7 million for Lagos. You understand? This is for Lagos. So now, if I want it for Zamfara, I will drag. But mind you, as we said, Excel is something very smart, to the extent that if you said A and you move to the next column or you move to the next row of data, it will think of B automatically. So now, if I drag like this, yeah, I will have my values. You see, as you can see, I have my values, but we must have made something. Let's see. You see from here, we are saying C3 to C102, and we are saying I6. That's what we are comparing. Here we are saying F3 to F102, and we are saying yeah, we are saying F3 to F102. So now moving to the next next row in the column, you see it's saying from C4 to what? F103. You see, it's changing this C4. It's supposed to maintain C4 to what do you call it? C4 to C102. That is my range of data here. C3 to C102. This is my range of data. You see, the range of data started from C3 to C102. So I don't want it, don't want my range to be changing. In all cases, I don't want my range to be changing. So now, in this case, I will just put the dollar sign somewhere here and put the dollar sign somewhere here. And also I'll put the dollar sign in between the F and 3. Here I'll put the dollar sign in between the F and 102. So now if I do it this way, my range is not changing. Someone may ask, why didn't I put the dollar sign in between I and 6? The reason why I didn't put the dollar sign in between I and 6 is that I want my I6 to be changing. What do I mean by I want my I6 to be changing? Here I'm having I6. As you can see, I'm having I6. So I want, if I move to the next column, I want it to be I7, but C3 to C102 to be maintained, since it is the range I'm dealing with. The range I'm dealing with is constant, while the criteria I'm giving is changing. The criteria for here is Lagos, while the next criteria is Zamfara, not Lagos. So now I will drag like this. Yeah. So you see, I have dragged now. I'm having I6 here, C3 to C102. I'm having I6, C3 to C102. I'm having so the next one you see, I'm having I7. The next one, if you can see in the formula bar, I'm having I8. The next one, you see I'm having I9, the next one I'm having I10, and the last one I'm having I11. So it will be changing continuously because I want it to be changing. I want this criteria to be changing, but I don't want the range to be changing. So this is what the sum if is all about, and this is how you apply sum if. You can go ahead and do the same thing for gender, maybe to know we have male and female by default, all know that, and we have SSCE and BSc and all other qualifications. You can go ahead and do that as an example. So this is what sum if is all about. Now, the next thing is sum ifs. Sum ifs. Sum ifs is a little bit, there is a little bit between the two. The difference, sorry, there is a little difference between the two. When you are dealing with sum ifs, you are having multiple criteria. You are having more than one criteria. Like that is to say, maybe I want to know the total salary of all people that are in Lagos State and they are having bachelor's degree as their qualification. Or to say, I want to see, I know the total salary of all people that are from Lagos State, they are having a bachelor's degree and they are male by gender. You understand? So you can keep giving criterias, so if you have multiple criterias, you have more than one criteria, you have to use some F's to put all your criteria. If you have 30 criteria, you can go ahead and keep putting the criteria and keep highlighting the columns where you have your criteria and then you write your criteria. Now, so let's see how this works. Let's see, we have BSc. Yeah, we have BSc, SSCE, MSc, and HND. I think, yeah, these are the qualifications we are having. So I don't think for this one, we don't have to go and do all those, what do you call it? So these are the qualifications we are having. We have SSCE, BSc, and HND. Now let me copy it. Then I think let me post it somewhere here. Yeah, let me post it, but I'll post it transpose so that, yeah, let me get rid of this ones. So for states, I'm having these states like this. Good. So, um, as you can see now, we have states. We have Lagos State, we have Zamfara State, we have Rivers, we have Kano, and what have you. For what do you call it? For SSCE also, sorry, for qualifications also, we have SSCE, we have BSc, MSc, and HND continuously. So now this is what we have. Now I want to know how much am I spending for what do you call it in Lagos State for SSCE? How much I'm spending in Lagos State for BSc? How much am I spending for Lagos State in MSc and HND continuously? I can decide maybe to change the trend so that it should look more uh, yeah, I can change it this way. SSCE, HND, BSc, and MSc. Here, Lagos, Zamfara, and Kano, Abuja, and Delta. Good. So now, let's start with the Lagos State. Now, I will say is equals to sum F. Now, I will say sum Fs. So you see the difference between this one and the other one. This one, you are highlighting the sum range first. You are highlighting the sum range first. So now I will highlight the sum range first. You see, I have highlighted my sum range. Now I will lock my sum range. You see, I have locked my sum range. I don't want it to be changing and it is constant. Whether I move, wherever I move, I don't want it to be changing. So that's why I lock all the way it can be changing. Whether I move vertical, whether I move horizontal, I don't want my sum range to be changing. Good. Then I will put comma. Sorry. Yeah, my comma, then criteria range. So criteria, I am having two criteria for now. I'm having criteria of state and I'm having criteria of qualification. So now let me start with criteria of states. So the criteria of state is this. So the criteria range is from C3 to what do you call it? C102. I will put the dollar sign left and right so that it won't be changing wherever I moved. Then I will put comma. Then I believe you all know why I'm putting the dollar sign now for both side left and sorry for this from starting point of the alphabet and the middle of the from what do you call it before the C and after the C. I believe you all know why I'm doing that for me to restrict the movement uh, from both sides. Now, if I said from both sides, I mean from downward and left hand side, or vertically and horizontally, for me to restrict the movement vertically and horizontally. Now, the next thing is criteria. What is our criteria? Our criteria for now, since I'm selecting the state, my criteria is this Lagos. So I will select the Lagos. Now, after I have selected the Lagos, now where am I going to put my dollar sign? I am going to put my dollar sign here. Let me say J16. Let me first put it this way. Yeah, I have put it this way for now. Then I will put comma. Then um, the next criteria is qualification. Now I will highlight the qualification like this. Then I will put my what do you call it? Dollar sign. Then I hit enter. Sorry. Yeah, I'll put my dollar sign and then I'll put my criteria. My criteria for now is SSCE. Let me put it this way. Then I hit enter. So you see, I'm having, let me see my value. Good. Okay. So you see, I'm having 2.5 million for SSCE. I'm spending 2.5 million for SSCE in Lagos State only. In Lagos State only, I'm spending 2.5 million. So now I want to drag down. If I drag down, it will give me the same value. And if I drag yeah, if I drag left also like this, it will still give me the same value. Why? Why is it giving me the same value? The reason why it's giving me the same value because I've locked the formula and I've locked all the criteria. I've locked all the cells and I've locked all the criteria. That is why it's giving me the same value. So now let's see it. Let's look at it closely. Let's look at it closely. Let me zoom my screen so that you will understand what I'm trying to do. You see this one for the criteria in states of origin um, you see I'm having J16 here. That's what I'm comparing J16. So I want, if I scroll down, I want it to move to what? J17, J18, J19 continuously. Do you understand? So since I want it to move that way, I want it to be changing, I don't have to lock this one. Do you understand this? Good. Now, if I drag, it will not move. If I drag, sorry, it would keep changing. It will move to J17, J18, J19 continuously. Now, for this one, I'm not removing this because I don't want it to move to K16. You see, I'm having K15 here, so I don't want it to move to K15 if I drag down. So that's why I'm not removing this dollar sign, but I'm going to remove this one. Why am I going to remove this one? Is because I don't want, sorry, I want it to be changing. If I move to HND, I want it to move to change instead of K15, I want it to move to what? L15, M15, N15 continuously. So that's why I have to remove this dollar sign before the K. But I'm not removing this one because I don't want it to be changing K15, K16 continuously. I don't know if you guys understand this trick. Then we hit enter. So now let's drag and see. You see I have my values perfectly okay. Then I'll drag this ones also. You see I have my values perfectly okay. Now let's move and see it. So now you see for this one, if you can look at my formula closely, you see this one I'm having J16 as my criteria in state of origin. This is J16. Then this one is K15 as SSCE. Now if I move to the next one, you see it's changed to L15. Before it was K15, now it automatically changed to it's before it was K15, now it's changed to L15, but this one doesn't change. It's only this one that is changing. You see, it's changed to M15. You see, it's changed to N15. If I go down, you see this K is not changing now. If I scroll down, only this J17 is changing. You see J17, J18, J19. But if I move at the right hand side, you see L is changing. L, H, M, N continuously. So that is how you what do you call it? How you lock your cells perfectly, how you lock your formula perfectly for you to have your sum if works perfectly. So basically, this is what sum if is all about, and that is how we are calculating the sum ifs. I don't know. This is what we are going to have for today, and I don't know if there is any question. Please, you can ask your question in the comment section. Let's see how it goes. Please ask your question in the comment section if there is any question. Okay. I hope the question will not be saying I should repeat or they are confused. Let's see. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Is there anybody? This Zoom is not showing that somebody is typing. I may not know if someone is typing. I don't want to end the call while maybe others are writing a question. Is there anybody writing a question? Let's just give a minute and see if there is no question. I think we can call it a day if there is no question. Let's see. I think there is no any question. So I think there is no any question. So I think if there is no question, we can call it a day. I believe you all understand. Okay, what is the difference between if and ifs? If is for one criteria, while ifs is for multiple criteria. I believe you are talking about some if and some ifs. Some if and some ifs. Yeah, so some if is for single criteria. That is to say, maybe how much do we spend in Lagos State? That is the first thing we have done. You see, as you can see it here, for that is to say, how much do we spend for Lagos only, and how much do we spend for Zamfara State only? While some ifs is for multiple criteria, we are saying for Lagos that are having SSCE. So Lagos and SSCE, they are two variable and they are two criteria we are having. Lagos and SSCE, Lagos and HND, they are more than one criteria. So that's why we call it some ifs. Now let's see something somewhere here. As you can see now, if you want to test and see, yeah, is your calculation perfectly okay? You see, for Lagos State, we are having this segregation of SSCEH, ND, BSc, and what have you. If you sum this, let's sum it and see. Um, Let me just quickly sum it somewhere here. Yeah. So you see, I'm having 8.7 million as, and you see here Lagos State is 8.7 million, because if you sum all the segregations, you are going to arrive at the same value, the same thing. If you do it this way, you see you are having 9.6 continuously. So if you want to test if your sum ifs formula you calculated is perfectly okay, you can go ahead and you see we have the last one, we're having 7.7 million, and here also we're having 7.7 million. So we get to realize, know that, yeah, our segregation is perfectly okay. So that is it. I think if there is any question, we can call it a day. Have a wonderful weekend.